Right. I am here today with one of the best female arm lifters on planet Earth, and that is Heather MacDowall. Heather, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Well, you're currently in the lead for the Super Series. You also do Highland Games. So you've clearly got a busy summer going on. So why don't you tell us about summer plans for competing in both arm lifting, the Pro Highland Games that you hold a bunch of records in, and what your rest of 2026 looks like.
Okay. Well, besides a lot of work and um, injuries, I've had a lot of, ailing aches and pains like usual, but it's just been a little bit more this year. So my season started a little bit slower. It'll probably be pretty light this year. I actually just signed up for a tennis camp.
Really?
Yeah. My Layla plays tennis and she's going to be a senior next year and she's not hiding out in her room anymore. So we've been doing a lot of stuff together and she was teaching me some tennis on the 4th of July. We played some tennis together and I was thinking about taking some lessons and I signed her up for a Nike tennis camp at OSU and they had an adult camp following hers. So I signed up just for fun, learn something new.
Yeah, that's great. And obviously, you're very athletic. You're very understating your athleticism. I will tell the viewers at home, since I've flown up to Redmond and trained with you guys, you're the real deal. You're extremely athletic. Whatever you put your mind to, you'll accomplish. So I'm sure we'll see some tennis trophies on Instagram in the near future.
Thank you. Yeah. And grip's great for tennis. It helped Layla. When she started. So it's never too late to learn something new. And, I have a couple Highland Games coming up, but again, I've been having some ailments that haven't recovered from Worlds, in the last fall. So, I'm just kind of taking things a little bit lighter. My lifting's been a little bit lighter. So I feel like this is also a little bit of we'll be rebuilding. So, there's always time to go back and revisit your goals and your training and kind of start fresh. But sometimes you have to take a step back.
Oh, I know all too well about taking a step back. On Sunday, July 12th, it'll be the 6th anniversary of the stroke I had that left me paralyzed. So I know all too well about taking a step back. So why don't you tell us, because a lot of people, as many people as watch the show are hardcore lifters like you and me, and we know them, there's an equal or bigger percentage of the audience that wants to lift, but either they can't seem to get it going to compete for whatever reasons. As a busy mom who's a realtor, who's a pro athlete now in 2 sports, who knows, maybe we'll see you in tennis as a pro next. How do you organize your day and week and month to allow the time for yourself to compete and to do what you do? I know how I do it, but how do you do it, Heather?
I've always been a morning person. So, first thing in the morning, I like to get up and train. I feel most energized in the morning. After this, I'm actually going to go play some tennis with Layla. That will be my second time. Since she's home, we'll take advantage of that time. So really, it's just having that set time for yourself and having that routine, because when you're out of routine, and sometimes when you're in extra like body pain, or I also moved. So it's been a transition year for me. I mean, it's still in the same town, but there's just been a lot going on personally. So, I think just sticking to your schedule and not getting away from that, and your nutrition, making sure you're really fueling yourself really well, are huge. I also do a lot of recovery. I bought a second sauna. I have an infrared and now I have a traditional. And then I just set up my cold plunge. And then I also do a little cryotherapy and stuff. There's a couple of wellness centers around here. So I think just taking the time to do some of that stuff for yourself to recharge your body, energize yourself, is really important, and we feel like it's selfish sometimes, but it's not, because it allows me to give more and to be present, instead of, falling asleep or just not having the time. And I try not to be on my phone all the time either. So I don't usually post a lot of pictures from competitions, because I try to not be on my phone if I don't have to. So that's kind of a downside. I always wish sometimes I had more pictures, but not always good about that. So I think it's just prioritizing, sticking to a routine, and then fueling yourself.
Well, I agree. And having spent the weekend up there with you, and I watched your nutrition very carefully, and then looking at your videos from the Super Series Stage 1, you're obviously lean and mean in 2026. And I watched you take your nutrition very seriously. You brought food for you. You brought food for other people. You had it dialed in. And I agree 100%. And one of the lessons I learned after my heart attack and then 7 months later stroke was, if I don't take time for myself, no one's going to make it for me. And I'm a few years older than you. All my kids have gone through your stage. My stepson just graduated from high school, actually on my birthday this June. So I know what it's like to have multiple time demands. And but I'm a morning person just like you, and I agree with you 100%. If you don't make time for you, who's going to do it? Because it's always mom, dad, blah, blah, blah. Even though my kids are adults now, they're still, right? They're calling me. So, which is great. I thank God they do. But I have to make that time for myself. And I think, and that sets me up, and I don't know if you agree, but it sets me up for a positive rest of the day after having already worked out and energized myself.
Right. And I think also another thing is the mental part of it. I have to listen to a lot of positive things and surround myself with positive people, because you can spiral pretty fast, if you're negative. So I really try to, I have to say no a lot to things. And I like to spend time by myself. I like to listen to positive things. Not so much reading. I like to listen. It's easier for me to do. And even a little bit of coaching, just on all the mental positive things, because it really plays out in everything else in your life. And then it allows me to get back to doing the other things that I love.
Well, I have great news for you about the mental coaching part, because if you are healthy enough and you compete at the World Armlifting Championships in Las Vegas, we have a sponsor who I haven't announced yet. I'll have him on the show next week. But he's a Wall Street Journal bestselling author that's donated his book, his latest book that's not even coming out yet. It comes out in November. I'll have to ship it to all of you. But he donated a copy of his book to all the podium winners. And his first book, I haven't seen the second book yet. I read the first book. I actually cried after reading the first book. He's an excellent author. So I'm excited that and you're the first person actually on the planet to hear about this. Okay. So I have a very good feeling it's going to be an excellent book, and I'm happy to give them away to our podium athletes.
Cool. Yeah, I think that mental health, game is just super important. And it's been a really tough year, work-wise, which I'm really grateful, but find myself spinning sometimes. Everybody's coming at you, and it can be just really hard to sometimes sort everything out.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. So I look forward to watching you lift in person, because you're so strong and so talented and such a cheerful human. It's nice to be around nice people. So I look forward. I really hope you heal up and are ready to go for the World Armlifting Championships in September in Las Vegas. And if not, I know I've threatened this, but I loved the time I had with you and Rachel up there in Redmond. If I can figure out a way to get back up there in the near future, I will call you and I will come train, because I had a blast.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and it's funny because she's been doing a couple Highland Games, and people will be cheering for me, and they'll be like, Rachel. They think we're the same, but we're basically sisters. even though she's a lot taller than me, but it's pretty funny because people call me Rachel a lot. And my real sister is actually Rachel. So
Oh, wow.
I just call her, my sister from another mister. I love it. She's an incredible person. So what also makes this so wonderful is just the people that you get to meet and surround yourself with. So it's a wonderful thing.
100%. I agree. Seeing all my friends either at the Arnold, at the Olympia, or I just got to see them in Santa Monica. We just had a little mini competition there. Exactly. Life is what you make of it, and the experiences and the people that just only adds to it. And I'm certain that you add a lot to our league, and I'm happy and grateful that you're one of our competitors.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You've always been such a wonderful support.
Well, I try my best. Well, look, you're busy. Let me let you get to the tennis match against Layla. Tell her I said hi. And I'm looking forward to seeing Team Dynamix from Redmond. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the end of September.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you for the opportunity.